Hey, what's going on? Another daily vlog, aka me thinking out loud. By the way, by me saying this is a daily vlog, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna give it to you every single day. Let me say that again. This doesn't mean I'm gonna have a vlog every single day. So I'm gonna try to do it more regularly. But if I miss a day, don't kill me, alright? Well, anyway, today, what I wanted to talk about was interracial relationships. I usually don't talk about race, but this is very important, being that it has to do with, relationships and dating. Now, there's a lot of people that they don't understand the dynamic between interracial dating. Why someone can be in a relationship with someone of another race and hate that person's race. There's a lot of factors that come into it. But let me give you the male perspective. Now, we'll go back, way back in time. I'll say during the transatlantic slave trade, you had a lot of the slave masters who were non-black having sex with black women. But at the same time, they said that black people were dirty and all this good stuff, all that good stuff. When I say all that good stuff, I mean all that bullshit. So, hold on, I'm at a stop sign. So, what ends up happening is when people see that, they get confused. So, let's say that the woman, during that time, she wanted to have relationships with a black man. It was forbidden. It was actually against the law for there to be an interracial relationship between a black man and a white woman during that time. Now you might say, well, that's a double standard. I don't get it. Why would that happen? Let me give you a little human history. This goes beyond race. And this not me saying that race isn't an issue, but this goes beyond race. This goes under human history and development. Now, over the years, over the centuries, over the millennia, there have been many battles and wars that have been fought. So, one of the biggest commodities and spoils of war was having access to women, having access to sex from the people you've conquered, the people you've defeated. So, during that time, during slavery, being that they actually got the upper hand on the African people, they said, okay, our spoils is having access to these women. Now, some people might say, oh, well, why would they want to do that? Whatever you think about black women, what have you been taught about black women? Just know that that's a crock of bullshit, because these guys, they made it their business to have sex with these black women. Why? Because it was part of the spoils of war. Now, why do I talk about slavery during this time? It's because right now, a man can be in a relationship with a woman. He could despise the people of that race, and he'll say, well, I'm not racist. I have a black child, or I have an Asian wife. We all know that, from what I just told you, that doesn't matter, because one of the spoils of war is access to women. So as a man, you say, hey, I can have sex with whoever I want. Now, don't think that it was only black women that had access to white men. There was a time before the slave trade, you had the Moors. Now, the Moors, when they went into certain areas, there's a part, I'll say specifically, when they went into Rome, when they went to southern Italy, there were, being that it was Italy, there were going to be white people there, being that it was part of Europe. So, what ended up happening was, they had access to the southern Italian women, the Moors, who happened to be black men. So, transatlantic slave trade, the white men had access to black women. During the time when the Moors, they went into southern Italy, in Spain, they had access to these white women. Now, it's very important that you understand, as a man, that it can go the other way too. So you might have a woman that you're with, and you might say, well, she's not racist. She likes black guys, or she's not racist. She likes Asian guys, or whoever the case may be. Well, you gotta understand something. From a woman's point of view, it's a little different than men. It's not about conquest. It's about survival. It's about whose genes are stronger. It's about who can support them more financially. So if you see a black man and a white woman, in her mind, she might be thinking, well, this is a big, strong black man. I'm going to have the best opportunity, the best chance of having a strong offspring. Or you might see a black woman with a white man, and she might think, well, socially speaking, I'll have more acceptance than if I go with somebody who happens to be black. Or I'll have more, my windows are fogging up. Or I'll have more resources available to me. This is why when it comes to rich and powerful black men, or just rich black men, black women, they'll feel a certain way. They'll feel like, hey, it's okay if I go out interracially, but as far as you goes, why is it that every time a black man gets money, he goes off and marries a non-black person? Well, here's the thing. That black woman, now she sees that a black man, someone of her own race, has resources. So he's a potential suitor. He's a potential, what's the word I'm looking for? A potential mate. So if he gets someone who's not black, then she lost that potential mate or whatever. It's a double standard. It's very double standard when it comes to interracial dating, because you'll have people that they'll say, hey, you're a sellout, you're a race trader, and all this good stuff, but they'll end up doing the same thing and they'll call it something else. So you got to understand something when it comes to any type of dating. Don't focus on love initially. That's why when you get into a relationship and you find out this person is racist or this person is a dirtbag, you feel like, oh my God, how's that possible? They like me. I'm not of their race. Why is it that they treated me this way? It's because you didn't establish the human element first. And the human element is respect comes first. So before you get into a relationship thinking about love and happiness and all this other stuff, you want to establish respect first. That's a male and a female. So let's say you do get with a person of another race. They need to understand that certain jokes, certain customs you might have, certain cultural aspects, they need to respect that. As far as you go, as a non-person of their race, they need to respect your point of view. And they can't say, well, you know, I'm dating you, so it should be okay for me to play around like that if you feel like it's not something you want to joke around with. So once you establish that, you're like, okay, cool, we can get into a relationship. Now, if they still want to fight you on it, then you're like, okay, this is something else. This is that conquest thing that this guy was talking about on that video. So you might be thinking, well, as far as black people, what do white women or non-black women get out of dating a non-white person or whatever their person is? It's very simple. There's a stereotype that goes around that black men are very strong, very big in the pants and whatnot. So this catches on like wildfire. So as far as sex goes, they love the sex, or they love the idea of having sex with someone who's well endowed. Now, as far as getting into a relationship, even though there's a stigma that black men are abusive and all that other good stuff, they know, they say, okay, as far as society goes, if it gets too out of hand, all I gotta do is call the police on this guy and they can take him away. So it's very deep, and I'm only scratching the surface in this video because I have a short distance, and it goes beyond what I'm telling you. It goes way beyond. There's even more aspects of it when it comes to interracial dating that it might confuse you, and there needs to be clarity put into it. So yeah, there are people that they think, well, I'm dating a person who's not in my race, so I made it. They go, well, like my race is not considered the top of the line, so by me getting with that race, who happens to be top of the line, I made it. And it's very important that you think, when I say confidence, that also includes racial confidence. Whatever you are, if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, doesn't matter. Whatever your culture is, whatever your background is, you want to make sure that you establish respect first. You want to have the confidence that encompasses you. Yes, there'll be weaknesses and strengths of your race, but you want to let people know that even though there's weaknesses, there will be respect in that relationship. And even though there's a history between the two of you, there shouldn't be any reason why the both of you can't have a healthy relationship. It's very important that you understand this, because when it comes down to it, if you put it into human perspective, it makes things a lot more easier. But if you put it into a racial perspective, you'll have a better understanding on why certain things happen. Because the racial dynamic, it always comes into play when it comes to relationships. That includes when you're with your own or when you go outside your race. When it's same race relationship or interracial relationship, there's always a racial aspect, and there's always things that you need to that come into play that throw a monkey wrench in the game. So it's very important that you understand this going into a relationship. Don't think of the relationship as it making you a better person because you're with a different race of person. Don't think that by you getting with a different race of person, your offspring will have better hair, better eye color, a certain eye shape. They'll have, certain physical features that people will like, and it'll give them a better chance to navigate this world, racially speaking. Because guess what? That offspring, when they have that offspring, they're going to be half or part or whatever. They're not going to be full-blooded. So they will get backlash. And the bad part is it might come from both ends. So if it's a child who happens to be half black, half white, from the black side, they'll say, oh, this person is light-skinned, or this person is not really black, they're mixed. From the white side, they'll say, okay, this person is not white. So they're on the other side. They're not one of us. So this child, they'll have something what's called the tragic mulatto. So you got to be very careful that when you have children, you also let these children know that when it comes to race, there's things that they need to understand. And there's things that's going to happen to them along the way. Anyway, I'm at my destination. I'm in the parking lot right now. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I try to come out with more content on a regular basis. If I do it daily, cool. If I miss a day, don't kill me. I'm letting you guys know right now that it might not be every single day. There might be a few gaps in days. It might be a day that might be a weekend because I'm not going anywhere or whatever. Or I might give you multiple content within that day. It all depends on how I see fit. Anyway, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to check out my description box. I got a lot of goodies in there. Don't forget to rate, comment, and share this video. Don't be selfish. Share this video with anyone you feel sees fit. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because the bigger my numbers grow, the more I'll be able to share these videos with more people, or the more people will have more access to these videos, even though they're not subscribed to me. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to today's video. Stay tuned for the next video. Peace.